So, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and I'm a gorilla in the wrist. Today we're looking at 4 watches from 4 of my favourite AliExpress brands that have featured many times on here before. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. So, first up today we have this Pagani Design PDS023, currently available for £90 or $120. This is a really interesting sports watch, 40mm, 100 metres of water resistance, but a really cool integrated strap. It just looks like a really nice watch. Comes in 3 different colour variants, so there is the blue, there is the green and there is the black. I have to say, of all of them, my favourite is the blue. I have a bit of a thing for blue dials, but this is a really nice looking and a decent size watch that would actually fit me. So weighs in at 155 grams, 40mm dial width, stainless steel, sapphire crystal. Just looks like a really good offering. I'll be quite impressed, and as you all know, I'm a big fan of this brand. I fairly regularly pick up Pagani Designs. This one just looks really interesting. I have had some integrated bracelet style watches before and been slightly unimpressed with them, but this I really like the look of. It looks a fair size, a bit of a chunky beast, but then I'm a bit of a chunky beast too, so who am I to say anything? But the finishing looks really good. I love the patinated dial with that sort of checkerboardish style colouring and texture. It has a exhibition case back, but I have to say the movement that's in it isn't really a looker. I'm not sure I would spend a huge amount of time looking at the back of this one. The loom does look okay, although I have to say I am generally fairly suspicious of Pagani Design watch looms. So next up we have this Militardo ML16, currently on the Militardo website for £103 or $140-ish. This one is spectacular. So Militardo, my last Militardo review is probably the most watched video I've ever done. This is very different though. So this is a dive watch. This is very clearly an homage to the Zin UX, I think. And this is a properly handsome looking watch. We have the VH31 movement in it, so good solid quartz movement, 39mm diameter, 48mm lug to lug, super luminova, and just a fantastic looking watch. Now again, they don't get any credit for design. This is an homage. But this is a particularly good one. I've been impressed and I am very interested to see how this one comes out. Again, that integrated H-style bracelet on this looks really good. It's slightly more than I would normally pay for a Militardo, to be absolutely honest, because I'm a cheapskate and we all know that. But just a really interesting offering, I think. Something that's certainly worth looking out for. So next up we have this Martin SN026-JS. They really know how to name a watch, don't they? Currently available at about £147. This one is a 40mm sports watch with a sort of rounded square case. 40mm, it's got a 47mm lug to lug, 20mm lug width, so it will fit on plenty of other straps. I can't imagine why you would. The stainless steel strap on this looks particularly good. 100 metres of water resistance. The dial is covered with a really nice looking sapphire crystal. It's got a Seiko VK63 movement, so it's reliable. I'm not sure what else you would want from this. It has BGW9 loom, weighs in at about 156 grams, which is the absolute sweet spot for me. 155 grams is what does it. But this is a handsome looking watch. And finally today we have this Baltany S202051. Now you all know I went through a phase of just buying Baltanys, pretty much nothing else. I really enjoy the vintage vibe, and this one really did seem to hit the vintage vein really well, and has brought out some stunning homages. I still have 2 or 3 of the ones that I bought in my collection, and they are that good and they do last. This is another classic at around £163. Comes in 2 colours, but this is very simple. Really nice leather strap. In terms of dimensions, it's a 38mm dial, has a 46mm lug to lug, 20mm lug width themselves, and a fairly thin 12mm thickness. This one houses the Seagull ST1701 automatic movement, which is absolutely glorious, a wonderful movement, and just has a lot going for it, this one. So again, sapphire crystal. I love that bezel, a really interesting texture to it. I have another watch that has a very similar sort of texture to it that I'll be reviewing over the next couple of weeks. But this one is particularly nice. Not cheap for a Baltany, I guess, at £163. But sapphire crystal, super luminova in terms of the lume. As I said, comes on a really nice looking leather strap. One of the noticeable things about Baltany watches is just how well they are finished and how well the straps are made. Not always guaranteed on AliExpress watches. I've had some horrors in my time. But this one is just very simple, very retro. Does remind me very much of a Vario watch, actually. But really nice. Has 100 metres of water resistance. I have to say I really don't understand why. This is a dress watch, I think. And therefore I'm a little bit surprised at that. But a really good offering.